So a massive opportunity has opened up in the crypto portfolios of both Alex Becker and CryptoGodJohn. And honestly, I think there is a play that could be made here that could pay off extremely well over the next couple of months. I want to give you the context on that and exactly what moves these big dogs are making so we can decide if we want to copy trade them and get the same gains that they do. Let's start here, way back in 2018. CryptoGodJohn says, Link, talking about Chainlink, you will change my life forever. You will make me a multi-millionaire in a few years. Just want to mark this here so I can come back to it in 2020 and 2021. Now, if you don't remember this call, this is the call that put CryptoGodJohn on the map. Literally, in 2020 and 2021, John turned a few $1,000s, I think literally $3,000, into multiple millions using Chainlink, and it still goes down as the #1 Hall of Fame call for all the influencers that we track at a 360x moved at size where you can actually cash out, which made this tweet very interesting. And this tweet actually made me a lot of money. And I'm going to walk you through how and the update on this. He responded to his all-time call about Chainlink, but subbed out what token he was talking about. And this is now in 2023 after he became a multimillionaire from Chainlink. He said, OXO. You will change my life forever. You will make me a multimillionaire in a few years. Just want to mark this here so I can come back to it in 2024 and 2025, the year we are currently in. And we'll touch on this real quick. Pickles says, what price do you think it'll reach in 2 to 3 years? And Johnny said that OXO could reach, if successful, a multi-billion-dollar market. At the time of getting in, I think it was at about a $20 million market cap. And even more recently, this is December 2024, when OXO had shot up. CryptoGodJohn got in at about 2 cents. And then it shot up to 44 cents. Here it shot up actually to 48 cents. And CryptoGodJohn was still bullish. In fact, he was still bullish because he said the strongest narrative in crypto and fundamentals equals a multi-billion-dollar market cap program. Multi-billion-dollar market cap, guys. This was coming from a $20 million market cap. $1 by year, and let's run it. And you can see it was on its second massive pump. Now, if you don't know what OXO does, it's important to know because I'm going to show you what tokens might be replacing OXO, as, spoiler alert, CryptoGodJohn is no longer hyper bullish on OXO. He says it's the strongest narrative in crypto. What is the narrative? Well, it is a decentralized exchange built on top of Ethereum that has private transactions. So people cannot track who is transacting with what. And if you want to know what decentralized exchange is, basically in crypto, you are going to have different blockchains. You've got Solana, Ethereum, BSC, Base, Hyperliquid, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Sui, Polygon, Tron. These are the biggest chains out there. And you can see that because this is classed by volume. On Solana, there's been $4.36 billion traded in the last 24 hours. On Ethereum, it's $3.4 billion traded. Now, on each of these tokens, there are decentralized exchanges. So if we click on Solana, for example, and you can see here it says there's $5 billion in 24-hour volume now. And these are the biggest exchanges by volume on who is actually trading those tokens. And then as you come down here, you can see the decentralized exchanges that are actually facilitating these trades and how much of that volume is coming through each of these exchanges. Now, these exchanges will all take a fee on the amount of transaction volume that they actually run. So maybe they take a 0.5% fee. And so they can be pretty profitable, especially when they're trading $1 billion every single day. And way back in 2021 was the real rise of decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, which you probably heard of and traded on, which went from zero basically to a $40 token. If we go by market cap, over a $20 billion market cap. PancakeSwap was the one on top of BNB or Binance Smart Chain, which also went to $40 and a $6 billion market cap. These things made a lot of people a lot of money. In fact, Andrew Tate says he made $80 million off PancakeSwap. And I think Luke Belmar, his biggest trade, was also on Cake or PancakeSwap. Now, OXO is a decentralized exchange on Ethereum, one of the biggest chains, obviously, especially by volume. And it was also supposed to be private, and it was also supposed to be decentralized, meaning all the fees would go back to its holders. So it was a fantastic idea, which John got behind. However, apparently the team had not been executing the way John wanted, and he came out with this post recently. I was extremely bullish on OXO for more than 2.5 years, and I round trip being up more than $5 million in profit twice, which is true. We track his wallets and we can see exactly how much he's holding. He was up $5 million twice when it spiked to 48 cents and spiked to 45 cents. He says, I didn't sell because I genuinely believed in the product and its vision. It went up more than 30x plus 2 separate times. It was a massive success for the group if you took profits on the way up, which fortunately I did. I didn't take full profits, but I definitely took a decent chunk. But instead, John actually bought more all the way down and basically lost $4 to $5 million twice. And you can see based on this tweet, ever since John was bullish over here at about 2 cents. I believe I got in somewhere here at about 6 cents following CryptoGodJohn tracking his wallets. It went up to 48 cents, came back down. Alex Becker got in at about 20 cents, or a 10x up from where it was. It went up and then the team just didn't execute and it's now crashed. Even from John's call, it's gone from a 47 mil market cap down to a sub $20 million market cap. But John also says he still holds a moon bag in case, because he believes that there is a niche for privacy in the crypto markets. Unlike Uniswap, which you can see who's swapping what, when you swap on a privacy DEX like OXO, it'll literally mask who is trading what cryptos. And just like that, the biggest slot in his portfolio is now wide open for a new token to take. And just like I said, John is still bullish on privacy. He even tweeted, privacy looks like it's the next big meta. And he's not the only one bullish on privacy. Alex Becker says during this fear, he's bought millions in low cap AI, artificial intelligence, RWA, real world assets, and privacy projects. It's literally the third niche that Alex Becker talks about. He thinks it's the third most important category to be buying tokens in. So I wanted to show you 4 different tokens in this video that could fill OXO's shoes. However, they're all very different. Some of them are going to be in the privacy niche, some of them are going to be in the decentralized exchange niche, and some of them are going to be in both. But all of them either have CryptoGodJohn or Alex Becker on board, as well as some other influencers, which I'll talk to you about. The first one's an interesting one because in response to this update on 28th of August, which was yesterday, from John saying he's no longer bullish on OXO, Polatmania says Privix managed to build a perp DEX that the OXO team has been promising for years. It's time to rotate, which this is what Privix is trying to build. Basically, is what OXO did. And Alex Becker commented, these are either eyes or upward arrows, saying that he basically agrees. Now, this only got 2,300 views. And if this is true, Privix is only a quarter of the market cap that OXO is, and OXO is the lowest market cap it has been in months. And so if Alex Becker is right, this thing could do some pretty big numbers. But there is also another very lucrative looking contender in town. In fact, he's an Alex Becker token, he's a Wealth Group Boys token, he is a CryptoGodJohn token. We're also partnered with them here on the channel because they have a strong KOL program. It's called KiwiSwap. And Alex Becker literally talked about it 2 days ago, August 27th, and he said, I think this one is going to be a big runner at an $11 million market cap. And that's because it has the same mission as OXO, and they have privacy autonomy. KiwiSwap enables private and unbiased swaps through the most secure and optimal sources available. By prioritizing trust and anonymity, we elevate privacy in the ecosystem. In fact, CryptoGodJohn himself may have made the rotation over because he says Kiwi next leg up loading at the $12 million market cap. And Becker's even doubled down on August 23rd, responding to KiwiSwap's tweet with his classic Rick and Morty, you son of a gun, I'm in. It's not a GIF, it's just a photo. And so Kiwi launched in late July, rocketed up to an 8 mil market cap, consolidated, rocketed up to a 13 mil market cap, consolidated, rocketed up to a $16 million market cap, and is now consolidating around the $8 million level. And CryptoGodJohn on August 15th posted, Kiwi is now my favorite fruit. Now, another interesting exchange out there at the moment is BlackHole, because this is a exchange, a decentralized exchange on Avalanche. And this was actually built by Ilio Trades and in partnership with Alex Becker himself. And it's been a very interesting run for BlackHole because they came out absolutely flying, hitting over a $200 million market cap, strong pullback to 70, and then a strong run up again in just a couple of days, back up to a $200 million market cap. It's kind of pretty absurd what actually happened. It held there for a couple of weeks, and then it started to really slide down to the $40 million level. Now, I personally don't hold any BlackHole, but it's kind of interesting the entry point that you could get if you wanted to get into something like BlackHole, because Alex Becker is literally a partner in it, and Ilio Trades. Together, these are two of the strongest influencers in all of crypto. You'd think they'd be able to pull off something impressive. Alex Becker says, people don't like the coin price. This is after the token started slipping. For your information, he doesn't actually own any of the tokens, but they are missing the point entirely. As a founder of BlackHole, he makes money from the platform growing and use of the platform, not from selling the token. So do Black holders. It's about staking. It's sort of like a gamified DeFi protocol where people make money from staking their tokens and facilitating the actual trades. BlackHole is dominating right now, literally flying despite the price dropping. He's saying the platform is actually getting a lot of use and it's literally flying. Because the platform is killing it, Black holders literally are netting over 2 times APYs on Black right now because of how the business is working. Also known as, we are not taking care of Black speculators who want to pump and dump the coin. We're taking care of the Black holders participating in the business who are killing it right now. So basically, this is somewhat of a DeFi setup where even though the token may go down over time, if you are earning yield that pays well more than the token's depreciation, you're going to be doing extremely well. So it's just one for you to personally go and have a look at if you believe in Elio Trades and Alex Becker, because it's got an interesting entry point, at least in my opinion. The other token that Alex Becker is bullish on is Gradient. This is one that he is personally partnered with, and this is one that we've actually gone and demonstrated here on the channel, where Gradient is basically another layer on top of a decentralized exchange that allows you not to lose a lot of money to slippage. And Gradient have one of the funniest looking charts ever, but actually quite a strong looking chart if you ask me. I'm not a technical analysis guy. You see a pullback in the last 2 to 3 weeks as the market's been pretty cold on a lot of our tokens, be a lot more drastic than that. And Gradient has actually held on pretty well, currently sitting at a $12.3 million market cap, playing in that DEX space. Now, guys, if you want to win crypto, we are about to have a massive giveaway inside of our own Solana Archie wallet. We are launching it this week and we'll literally be airdropping crypto straight into your Archie wallet for all the winners of the giveaway. So if you want to join us in this massive giveaway, make sure you go and download Archie. It's completely free to download, and add some funds into your wallet and get ready for the announcement. It's going to be happening this week. So be prepared. Go grab your Archie. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.